Oh, it's a doggy. Oh dear. Can you never pinch a
I
dog?
would not get near that dog if I were you, Jim. It's suffering from rabies.
Oh fuck. That's really bad. Let's save, shall we?
Save new game.
What? Too many save games?
Save new game.
Oh, for God's sake.
Cancel. Delete previous game.
Fine.
Save new game.
Okay. Spot, can you deal with the wait, I can't tell which one is Spock at this point. Yeah, there's Spock.
The logical thing to do is to have Dr. McCoy treat the animal.
I'll have to get near it. Spock, does the Vulcan nerve pinch work on a Doberman?
That's what I was thinking.
If you can come up with a suitable distraction first.
What about the food? We just got to put the flowers on the food, and then the piranha poodles will be distracted. Just walk up to the rabid dog, you know.
The dog is now hungrily eating its meal.
Right. Okay, McCoy, do your thing. Take your time, no rush.
Another satisfied patient.
You just cured rabies just like that. Brilliant. Okay.
This building is being used as a school for the children of Gothos. This building is being used as an armory where troops are stationed and military supplies are kept. This is an old apartment building.
Can we go inside? We can. Oh, this is interesting.
And remember,
Look into
democracy is weak. It relies on the votes of the foolish masses who are incapable of choosing strong leaders. Constitutional government fosters weakness. The rejection of republicanism is what won the last war for Germany, and it will bring us victory over these stupid Americans.
That's not what they told us at the academy.
Yeah. I thought these guys just walk into the middle of a classroom and stand between the desks and it's just no one reacts.
Boys and girls, let me introduce you to an example of inferior Republican stock. Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Kirk. Tell us, Kirk, how can you defend the ludicrous American system?
I mean, from Kirk's perspective, it would be not that different. It's all the post-industrial barbaric nonsense.
I see no reason to defend anything, Captain. These children are, in spite of your efforts to indoctrinate them, quite capable of growing up to become adults who will make up their own minds.
That's an interesting thing to say.
I am not interested in a debate, Hauptmann. If your system is so superior to America's, how come you're losing the war?
That's not a good argument. Argument from military strength is not
Why don't we
logical.
put it up to a vote? You have a choice between a system that gives you leaders who will oppress you for life, or a system which, imperfect though it may be, allows you to influence your leaders and gives you a chance to bring them to account.
I mean, suggesting putting whether we should have democracy to a vote is kind of putting the cart before the horse, but I like the rest of it, what he's saying.
I see no reason to defend anything, Captain. These children are, in spite of your efforts to indoctrinate them, quite capable of growing up to become adults who will make up their own minds.
Yeah, let's go with that.
They will listen to what we tell them, because we know more than you. It is the best interest of society for them to obey us without question.
Whose society is it in the best interest of? Yours or theirs?
Murmur, murmur.
Children, tell this American fool that you will obey me without question.
Children, tell us how you really feel. Be honest to yourself as well as to others.
I'm sick of listening to Captain Hauptmann yelling at us.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Captain Hauptmann treats everyone like they're the enemy, even us.
Yeah!
I never want to listen to Captain Hauptmann again as long as I live.
Yeah!
Well, seeing that they want to obey you without question.
I will not tolerate such insults. The Baron will make you all pay.
Oh, the music. It's so cheerful and silly. Okay, what do you think about this actual teacher?
Herr Kirk, can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to ask a question. What do you think about the war? What can you tell me about Trelane?
Ah, the Baron. Such a charming man. If all the military and Gothos were like him, it would be a better place to live.
So it seems like he's casting himself as the hero, and the military as actually opposed to him? I don't really understand that. All the children, why not? This kid had some things to say.
Lieutenant Colonel Kirk, when I grow up, will you teach me how to fly as good as you?
No, I'll be done with this mission in about an hour.
Well,
I guess we're ready to ship you to the academy, Jim.
Interesting.
all right, Commander, you were about to tell us why you're being so hostile. Let's hear your story.
Wait, what?
Does the name Lieutenant Ralph Garvin sound familiar to you? He was my roommate at the academy and was killed by some blood-sucking cloud while on a landing party under your command.
Space is not the safest of environments. I've always done my best to protect my crew, and I've always honored anyone who has lost their life under my command.
Especially if they were wearing a red shirt. What color is your shirt, by the way?
The Enterprise is routinely assigned to unknown and extremely dangerous sectors.
I have always made it a policy to lead landing parties and share the risk with my men. I suppose you've never lost someone under your command, Commander. You've never felt the loss of a subordinate while you've been on the landing party. When you become a captain of a starship, you'll have every right to judgment. We're in the middle of a life and death situation. I expect you to act like a Starfleet officer. I have always made it a policy to lead landing parties and share the risk with my men.
I think that's a legitimate thing to say.
Captain, if I see you do anything that puts us or our escape at risk, you'll regret it.
What are you talking? That's insubordination.
I'm not interested in vendettas. I'm interested in survival. If you have a problem with me, you can wait until everyone's safe. Is that clear, Commander?
Yes, sir.
This guy's gonna get killed. I don't understand where this hostility is coming from. It might be continuing dialogue that we're supposed to have in different areas. I'm not sure. Yeah, I remember that episode. One of the many red shirts who died.
I can't believe the trench would be so close to the town.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It shouldn't be. At this point in the war, the Allies had broken through the trenches. That's why Germany surrendered. Their defenses were crumbling, and they didn't want to see their cities destroyed.
Only one of many illogical situations, Commander. The building where we were imprisoned almost burned to the ground, but no other building was touched, and no one seemed concerned about the fire.
It's almost like a holodeck program with limited programming.
What else?
The fact that everyone seems to recognize us, yet the military does not try to intercept us. The building signs in English instead of German. There is much here that is not what it seems.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's obviously... Oh. Shit. The war's actually going on right now. Is this guy dead?
Nothing to report in the west.
What can you tell me about the war? What can you tell me about Trelane?
I like to watch the airplanes fly overhead. The enemy watches them too, and I know we'll have a few minutes of peace.
Okay, Bones, see what you can do for him.
That's odd. I should be able to see immediate improvement in his injuries. But I have no response.
He's programmed to be injured.
That is because Trelane is interfering. This man is meant to be a dying soldier, whose presence provides drama for Trelane's production.
Exactly.
He'll die.
Logic suggests that Trelane will not allow him to die, except for dramatic effect. Given the inconsistencies I've noticed, it is probable that he may be kept alive indefinitely.
Fucking Trelane.
Can you give him something for the pain, Doctor?
Nothing I've done has any effect on him, Commander.
That's horrifying. What a fucking bastard.
Nothing to report in...
What can you tell me about what can you tell me about the war?
I am a sentry. The others are dead. I think I'm dying.
Maybe if we're not present, then he won't be suffering because it won't add to the drama. Can we go in here? What is this?
Sandbags. Is this German or Allied territory?
Why are you asking me?
Is this German?
Think of it. Millions of young kids enthusiastically signing up for a war without purpose, dying without reason, by the orders of commanders who don't care. It's too bad that things haven't changed much in the last 400 years.
What are you talking about?
Kids still die meaningless deaths for commanders who don't care.
Why are you even in Starfleet? What the fuck is wrong with you? Of course this is... You think Starfleet is meaningless? Have you... Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. Federation doesn't start pointless wars. Okay.
I would have shot you on sight, Lieutenant Colonel Kirk. You owe your life to Baron Trelane's kindness.
I'll try to remember to thank him when I see him.
When you see him, you will die. And when you are dead, I will be thanking him.
Okay.
I would have shot you.
I'll try to... Why don't you tell your so-called Baron to stop playing games and come out of the castle and face me?
It's not that easy, Colonel. Do you expect the great Trelane to make it easy for you to get back the Enterprise Squadron?
The great Trelane underestimates human determination.
That's true enough. Who's this guy?
The Baron has given orders that you are not to be disturbed.
But if you threaten Gothos,
We will kill you.
Okay.
The tricorder detects nothing unusual.
Okay.
A supply case holding some of the commander's few possessions.
Not sure what there is to do here. I don't know what Trelane's game is. What does he want from us? Other than just to play a part in his silliness. He wants us to just appreciate his recreation and think it's great and then kill us. Meow.
What is it, Gringold? Ah, visitors.
Interesting.
What can I do for you, Colonel?
What can you tell me about the... I noticed that you have only one.
Only one what?
What can you tell me about Trelane?
Ah, yes, the glorious Baron. I'm a lowly soldier, retired and alone except for Gringold. I don't think I can tell you anything about him. What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about the war?
We are a nation of warriors, Colonel. Like your America, we were born in war. We believe that military might gives men the right to take what they want.
Yeah.
What about diplomacy?
I wish we understood it better, Colonel. The pieces of paper that our diplomats sign have too little meaning. If we paid more attention, we could have prevented this latest mad conflict. I lost my grandson at the Marne.
It's almost like Trelane actually does understand some of the realities of war going on here. He's always such a child's view of war, but in this one, he does seem to understand some of the negativity of it. Meow.
A domesticated longhair.
Oh. Pet the kitty. Alright. You pet the kitty.
Let's see if I have any catnip.
How about you, Spock? Do you like cats? I know it's not a say-lat. Oh, you're just going to scan it. Okay.
An ordinary house cat, Felis catus, a common human pet. The first records of domesticated cats are from ancient Egypt. They reduced the rat population in the grain fields and were also used as hunting animals to retrieve small birds.
Spock, has anyone ever told you that ignorance is bliss?
His name is Glingold, Captain Spock.
Felis catus. Is your taxonomic nomenclature an endothermic quadruped carnivorous by nature?
What can I do for you?
What can you tell? I noticed that you have only one.
I lost my arm in the last war, January 8, 1871, during the siege of Paris during Bismarck's war with France, shortly before Germany's glorious victory. It still didn't bring my arm back.
Interesting. I don't understand. Very, very odd situation we found ourselves in. It is really so much like the original series, though. I have to commend them on their commitment to the authenticity. Oh!
There it is, the triplane that shot down the Enterprise.
Why don't you start it up and fly off in a blaze of glory? After all, you are James T. Kirk, the toast of Starfleet. The man who never loses.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I think this man may not be who he seems. This might be Trelane in disguise, just angry at us for his defeat in the previous instance.
Mr. Ellis.
What's the matter, Kirk? The truth hurts? You never let that get in the way of your ego before.
Wow.
I'm putting you on report for insubordination. We're all upset, Mr. Ellis, but these insults... That's it. I've taken all I can stand for. I'm putting you on report for insubordination.
Yeah.
That's it. I've taken all I can stand from you.
Oh, he's actually having a fight. Yes. Oh, Spock is splitting us up.
Most illogical.
Grief and stress make people do illogical things, Mr. Spock.
So I have observed.
That was a good sucker punch, Kirk, but not good enough.
If you want to resolve this, we can do it after the mission's over. Right now, hundreds of people are counting on us. It's too important to let a vendetta get in our way.
Fine.
In some ways, human behavior has not significantly changed over the last 400 years.
How can you say that, Spock?
You shouldn't judge us by our worst examples, Spock.
Like these
It's
two.
the struggle to overcome our primitive tendencies that's the important thing. Unfortunately, we don't always succeed.
What are you two looking so smug about?
Yeah. Bones is one to lecture about overcoming human aggression and anger.
A Fokker DR-1.
Say so.
The odds of Trelane leaving his triplane in the open without setting a trap are almost too small to calculate.
Okay.
Captain, I do not
Wait, no, that's not what I meant to do. Let's scan it.
This is a beautiful scene. Blue sky, a pleasant breeze, cool grass. If it weren't for Trelane and his recreation of the war, I'd say it was almost idyllic.
Okay.
I have a power reading from that Fokker that is off the scale, Captain. It is identical to the sensor readings I took off Trelane's triplane on the Enterprise. It is the same triplane, but the power levels are far beyond anything that should be produced by that object.
Theories, Mr. Spock.
The last time we encountered Trelane, he used various items, a mirror in particular, as a source for his power. This locket is another one of Trelane's power objects.
What do you mean, this locket? It says this plane. Have they got the line wrong? That's interesting.